I'll send you presentation, make presenter. There you go. All right, so everybody feel free later if you have any questions. Thanks, Yannick.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna use the what we have done with the financial data sets, and the so basically what we have done, it's a financial statement that we are using these data sets. These data sets represent there's three parts. We will see that we can do a GL analysis. So it's all the information. It groups. It's basically views in SQL that will group all the information coming from the general ledger. So there's three parts. It's general ledger in detail to be able to do analysis. There's also a GL, a summarized GL for the needs of building financial statement. And there's another one that's for someone, some customer are using the budget. There's a data set that extract the budget also for the purpose of building a financial statement or all kind of reports for financial. So the one I'm gonna show it's the financial statement that we built with the data set. So I'm going into my SAP. There's a direct click here on the. It's just launching. I'm hearing some noise, so I don't know if people they can turn up their microphone. Okay, so I'm running the financial statement from the run application option in SAP. So when I click on that, it's a direct link into my financial statement. It's useful to add it directly into SAP. Then we make sure that my right database is open, my right company is it's open to extract the information. So here just we have to click a button here, and that will automatically refresh the data from these data sets in order to build my financial statement. So it's already done. So then after that, I've got a series of financial statement. You got the detailed balance sheet, this summary, and the one it's a detailed by GL account. This one is summarized by a group of group by item in the balance sheet. The results it's summarized. You see year to date, and the most interesting one. It's always the comparative results. The month to date and the year to date with the last year same period, and as well as the budget for the same period, monthly and yearly. So this is examples of what we can do with these data sets. It's to build a full set of financial statement, but it can be used for many other purposes, building KPIs, ratio, following different things as long as it's all coming from the general ledger. There's a lot that we can do with that. Other things that we have built also is, by example, on the financial statement. If I go on the sales group, the sales here, I can right click on the item and do a drill down on that specific item. So as you can see, it's refreshing the data. Basically, it's refreshing the data set on the SQL, and is coming up with that pivot table with the detail of all my transactions inside the group level tree, which is the sales revenue. But we can do the same thing if we just want to extract the information on a specific GL account. It's a minor modification to be able to do that. And that pivot table, you can, for people who knows how to work with pivot table, you can build one that can fit your needs. And this one you can have, you have, by example, the select your year. You can have, you see detailed per month. And in top of that, if you go on the specific transaction, by example, if I go on that invoice 355 and I do a right click, I can go back in SAP and display the transaction, the source of that transaction into SAP. So this is my invoice 355. So this is all the possibility that we can do with these data sets. We can go also. Okay, this one that's my French tab version, but you see analyse grand livre. This is the general ledger analysis. If we go back on the menu, it's the GL account drill down. If we go there, that's this one. It's a direct link into my the detailed data sets. So we can refresh that as well. Just right click and we refresh, and automatically you got the information directly from the SAP tables. And same functionality. We can build also a drill down. In my transaction 30, it's a journal entry, so I can display that journal entry by doing a right click, and I got my journal entry 30 here. So this is the not 30. I mean, it's this one. It's the number was 2669. 30. It's the transaction type. It means journal entries. So so this is how it works. More in details, if I unhide the worksheets, it's the data set are extract and put into specific tab into Excel in order to be able to work and to build the financial information. We drop the information into Excel, but it's a direct link. It's not just a copy and paste, but it's really a direct link into my data set in SQL. So basically, when we refresh the data, we refresh these tabs to be able to use them into the financial statement. So this is what we can do with these data sets. I gonna show also if I start from fresh, create a new worksheet. Creating a direct link, it's pretty simple with Excel. So we just have to create the first to create a connection. So in the data in the menu, we select data and we create a connection, a source of connection, which is the SQL server. So for sure we need a little bit of the knowledge of the name of my server. So on my case here, my laptop, it's simple. It's Surface Pro 3. This is the name of my computer, and I'm using the SA, which is the system administrator. Normally we create a specific user for reporting purposes in SQL. In my case, I'm using directly the system administrator. And I just create my source of data by choosing the right database. In my case, it was SBO Demo US. And I don't need to connect that to a specific table. Then if I do that, I can use the same data source to connect with different views or data sets that we have built. So I click next. I can save that password to avoid having to enter it each time. Click finish. It was already existing. So as you see, so my source, it's created. Then the only thing I need to know now is to to extract the information from that source, the data set that I need. So I select the data source that I have just created. It's SBO Demo US. And then I go and pick up my, normally our data source. The data sets are always starting with a VW for view, and CSDK for to identify Forgestik. And here you see you've got the general ledger balance per month, and the budget. So if I want to go in deeper analysis, I can select the general ledger, and I can either drop that into Excel in the form of a table, or I can build a pivot table. It's our choice. So if I just pick up the table, so we're gonna see right away the detailed transaction or the detailed information coming out from that data set. And the connection is established to that data set. I can refresh it anytime. The link is there. You see here, I have to on the data connection here, I have to save my password when I'm doing that. Here, save password, so we don't need to retype it every time. And that's it. So this is the way to extract the information or to create a link. I went really fast, but it's just to show how it doesn't take very long to do to connect the Excel into these data sets, and then I can do whatever I want with that information. We can add some more information. We can even add, it's a table, so in Excel we can add any column with calculation column, and it will follow the information coming from SQL anyway. So if there's more line, less line, whatever, even if I'm adding a column in Excel, it will keep together for future use. So this is so basically this is what we can do with these data sets. We can add fields. Obviously, we have to adapt for each customer a few things. By example, here every customer has a different chart of accounts, different level, and in this one you've got you see the division, the segmentation, the segment division, the brands. That's it. So the division and the brand on this case, but if you have more than 6 segments than that, it's just a matter of adapting the data sets with your chart of account, but it's not something really long to do. It's and adding more fields. It's always possible, but this is the one that right now we have built, and it gives pretty much the basic information to be able to do a lot of things or analysis with everything related to financial. So it's pretty what we have built so far. So if you have any question,
yeah, does anybody? Yeah, just a second. I'm just going to unmute a few people that were shuffling earlier for the recording. So, does anybody have any questions for Yannick? So this is just while waiting. You've got your chat box there. So just while waiting. So this is the financial MS Excel financials with the financial data set. We also have 3 other data sets. I don't know if some of you missed the other presentations, but we have a sales data set, we have a purchasing data set, and one on inventory, which is really cool as well. A lot of information that you can get out of them. So does anybody have any questions? No?
No.
All right. Well, thanks, Yannick.
yeah, okay.
Yannick,
So
Nick? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Martin, okay.
Yeah, just short. Yeah. I've never done it. To create these connections, is that a difficult process? Is that something we need you guys to do for us?
No, it's not. As you see, it took me 5 minutes to do a connection. So as long as you know, normally at Forgestik, we know the name of your server, the source of the SQL server. That's
Okay.
what we need to know. And usually we take the time to create a specific user for reporting purposes. We don't want to use the system administrator, but no, it doesn't take too long. And anybody who wants me to show how it works, you create only once.
Right.
And it's good as long as you keep your computer. It will be the source. It's a file saved inside your computer, so it will be always available for any new file. You don't have to create it each time.
So we can contact someone like you at your company.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What you can do, Martin, is send me an email, tracy@forgestik.com, and from there I'll transfer you on to Yannick, and you guys can discuss and see what you need. And if you need a quote on anything, you just let me know. We have, right now, there's a 20% discount on the data sets from now until the end of the year, and you also get the free UDF service, so they can help you create other things, if you need this till the end of the year, and after that everything's back to normal price. Are there any other questions for Yannick?
Okay.
I'll just wait.
Just curious on what you just said. I mean, not pricing specific, but this data is resident. It's our data, isn't it?
It is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's not, once it's set up, it's set up. Is that not correct?
When it's set up, it's set up. It's just that what Tracy is saying, normally we don't, because every customer has UDF, you see personalization, customization into your system. Normally it's not included because it's different from a customer to another. But I think it's just that for a short period of time.
For December.
Yes.
It's free.
For December, so we can adapt the data set to include the customization, the UDF that you have created in your company.
Okay, so I'll contact you or Gracie, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Thank you.
And I also want to mention, guys, so I don't seem to have any more questions, so thanks a lot, Yannick. I record this if somebody wants a copy of it. So my email is tracy@forgestik.com. And I want to do one little reminder. We have a promotion that ends on the 15th of December. If anybody needs some new SAP licenses, you have maintenance free for 1 year, so that represents like 20% on the invoice. So if you think you might need something in the next few months, you can send me an email as well, and I'll get a quote. So thanks, everybody, and I'll see you in 2 weeks at our next and last webinar for 2017. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Yannick.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.